tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Bachelor AFTERBUZZ TV after show. We are going live here. It's a little late. I apologize. It's 11:15 p.m. in Los Angeles, but the good news is all around the world, people are getting tweets. It's like 2 a.m. in Abu Dhabi, and people are watching from Egypt. It's amazing. So thank you guys for joining us right here in AFTERBUZZ.
I wouldn't stay up till 2 to
well,
watch us.
I would. We got, not only do we have a new panelist, we have a special guest as well. But before we get to our guest, I want to make sure everybody knows what the voices are at the table, sitting to my right for the first time on this Bachelor AFTERBUZZ panel. Chelsea Briche.
Hi guys, I'm really excited to be here.
That's all you got? You're gonna.
Hi.
I figured you come in like at a 10. You came in at like a 3.5.
I know. Well,
let's try it again. To my right for the first time, Chelsea Briche.
Hi guys.
There she is.
We're really excited to have you. I finally give you the warm welcome you deserve.
All right, and to your right, Miss Kristina Zias.
Hey you guys, such a fun episode. I'm really excited to talk about it.
Hi guys.
Brooks.
That's Brooks.
Yeah.
Brooks,
Glad to have you.
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing, Brooks?
I'm doing great.
You okay
How was
over
that
there?
underwear modeling?
Yeah,
Danny
we
told
missed
us
you in
that's
Vegas last week.
Stuffing the underwear and falling out and like adjusting. It's like so uncomfortable.
Secret spill.
And then
So
on the
happens.
couch, I want to do this before we even
She's
say
so
your
terrified.
name. Can we have, by the way, shout out to the producers, by the way. That song that we opened up with, was that Bottoms Up, by the way?
Yes, it was.
By Trey Songz? Featuring Nicki Minaj?
Yes.
I love that. You paid attention to the episode tonight. Bottoms Up. We'll get to Joel's mom, which is one of my favorite parts of the whole episode. Can you go ahead and play that video that we have queued up for our guest?
1 second.
While he's getting that queued up for those of you guys that are listening, this is a video that went viral about a month ago, and then there's episodes that have been going viral ever since. But I want to play about 45 seconds of this video of our guest inserting herself into the Bachelor lineup. Here we go.
Name is on a date card every single date card that arrives, and it hasn't been, so I was like squeezing my abs and I was like holding my breath and I was like, hey, I hope it's on here.
I'm on the group date card, and we get to go play soccer with the U.S. women's soccer team.
girl got
used
got
to
no
be the
screen
captain
time.
of the field hockey and lacrosse team in high school, except for senior year when I quit lacrosse because I got really heavy into like drugs and alcohol. But you know, just like I got past that, obviously. And anyway, I'm still athletic. Oh man, I'm so excited.
We are at the Los Angeles Coliseum. It's insane. I'm a huge football fan, and the moment I saw the sign, I couldn't even contain my excitement. Oh my gosh!
I missed the group date. I told Amber I was gonna go take a quick shower, shave my pits, because my hair grows really long and my armpits really fast, because I'm 37 and hormones are weird at that age. And when I got out, the girls were gone.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
I'm not
Molly
even
Hawkey.
right
Hi.
This is a genius. Welcome to our AFTERBUZZ after show. Thank you for joining us.
Am I on the camera?
You are on camera.
Wow.
This is real life. You're
oh my
here.
Gosh, wow.
It's happening.
It's so great to finally be here.
Okay, can I tell you how this started? I was scrolling through Twitter one day, and I follow Eric Stone Street from Modern Family.
Oh.
And I saw Eric Stone Street tweet this link. I don't even remember what he said exactly, but he just said, oh my god, this
I
girl's
think he
genius.
just wrote funny.
Funny something.
I noticed his
And he
tweet
linked.
too.
Is that, when did it start? How did this idea come about?
Oh, the idea? About a year ago, I cut myself into an Oscar nominee roundtable,
Okay.
and it looked really good. And ever since then, I've been trying to cut myself into things.
So where'd the Bachelor idea come from?
Because I watched The Bachelor all the time, and then last season I was like, oh my god, I need to do that next season.
So did it
so
take,
good.
like, what was the first major celebrity tweet that took off? Wait, like, when did it
Aubrey
really catch?
Plaza is a friend of mine from
Okay,
Parks and Rec.
I love her. She
and-
was my biggest crush on Parks and Rec. Oh my god.
and she tweeted about it, and then BuzzFeed picked it up, and then from BuzzFeed, Time,
Refinery
and
29 and all these.
yeah,
You went to Time. I was gonna go
Mashable.
I was gonna level
oh
it up.
yeah, no.
Yeah, it went
Cosmo.
everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Because when you and I first started DMing, it was all over the place. And so what's the reception now? Like, are people... Because you have more episodes.
Everywhere I go, people are always like, "Oh my God, congratulations! You're so huge now." I'm like, that was about a week of internet fun, and it's back to
So
the same
if the
old.
week is like over, you're saying the week's over and it's back to life as usual, right? But put your post bachelorette or bachelor experiences back to usual, like most contestants, right? Are you like lining up at the club and you're like, Eric once tweeted I was funny? Is that like your claim to fame?
Yes. Eric Stone Street thinks I'm funny.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so for those of you that are just listening and you didn't see the video, we have Molly Hawkey in studio. She basically has created an entire series where she cuts herself into these Bachelor episodes as a contestant that missed out on group dates because she went to take a shower. And my favorite, and I don't want to spoil it, can I just kind of say?
Spoil it.
I think it was episode 6 when you missed the trip to Mexico, so you decided to walk there. And then you try to cross the border, and then you get picked up and thrown in jail.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't see that one.
I saw behind the scenes photo too, how you created jail in your apartment.
Oh,
like
Melissa
genius.
Stetton posted
Melissa
that.
Stetton posted
Yeah.
like who we had on a couple weeks ago with Jensen.
Yeah.
Phenomenal idea. I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you for joining us.
Thank
But
you.
you
Thank
actually
you for
are a
having
Bachelor
me.
fan.
I'm a huge fan, and it's my whole life right now because every week I'm watching it, I'm shooting it, I'm editing it, I'm posting. I mean, it's like nonstop Bachelor.
Well,
every
I think
single
we all
morning.
laughed. Our favorite thing you said was you didn't think. Did you ask like who? One of the you girls asked if you guys thought Ben was attractive.
Oh, I did.
And then
And
at
then you were
first
like,
I
at
was
first,
like,
no.
not so much. But like after, like looking at his face 24/7, like in Adobe Premiere, cutting my
"Oh."
moments into
love
like
it.
next to him, we have this chemistry now, and I just
And it was created.
yeah, I created my own love, and I've never even met him.
There you go. It's like a fantasy land, like one of the contestants.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Chelsea Briche, since you're new to the panel,
What you got?
I want you to tell me right now overall thoughts on tonight's episode.
Honestly, I thought it started a little slow, so I was kind of happy to get some of the drama going.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I feel like hometowns. I just wanted I wanted that real side of a family, the questions, and if you're gonna be dating your daughter or someone's daughter for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna get down on one knee, there's got to be some hard-hitting questions, and I just didn't feel like there was really that until we got to JoJo's family.
Yeah. Kristina, you feel the same way?
Actually, I do feel like the families did a pretty good job asking questions. For me, like, I've never seen Ben so awkward. We talked about this before. He looks like he's aged incredibly. Like, I feel like he was
He
just...
looks like Obama after
Yeah.
like 8 years in office.
He does. I feel like he was very uncomfortable.
I think he's a little
Just
better looking than
overall.
Obama, but-
And I know this, like, I just want a little bit, like, I feel like there should be more sexual tension. And that's all I have to say.
Oh, like Nick and Caitlyn's sexual tension?
That was
kind of.
That was the last time
Yeah,
I
like, I
remember
feel like
real
that's
sexual
real
tension.
passion. And I kind of feel like Ben's, like, on friend levels with all these girls. And I don't know, I want him to, like, feel it more.
I feel like he was on some sexual tension vibe. Like him and Kayla had it. Remember on the
Him
sidewalk?
and Kayla.
They had some sexual tension
Okay,
vibes.
fine, yeah. Him and JoJo, no.
No,
Really? But yeah, I don't think that's not JoJo's fault.
Sexual
I feel like
tension,
it started off weird. We'll get there. We'll get there.
get
Overall
there.
thoughts, Brooks.
God, tonight's episode was weird.
Yeah, so you guys know, after we're done watching, Brooks just sat there with his head in his hands, looking at his paper with his eyes closed, thinking about tonight's
Seriously.
episode. So in the I thought something was wrong with
You
you.
okay? I'm like, I'm just
was
trying
like,
to
bro,
process
you-
what happened.
So what'd you figure out in your processing time? You were like in time
you
out.
know, it's like, I think I've gotten to, I'm analyzing, I'm over-analyzing everything, and
Yeah.
I'm like, there's so many inconsistencies with like what things people are saying,
Yeah.
and what's happening, and I'm like, I don't see it with anybody. Like,
Yeah.
Lauren B like used to be the front runner in the sense of like, I had JoJo there because I was hoping it would be JoJo, but all these signs were leading to Lauren B, and now I just, after everything, I'm like, I don't think any of them are like he's really that in love with, and it's kind of going along the
Yeah.
same lines with what you're saying. Is there's nothing there that's like, oh yep, they're definitely in love. It just didn't come through tonight, at least.
I mean, Molly, besides yourself, if you have to pick a contestant to finish with Ben, like after tonight, who are you?
Tonight,
Yeah.
I don't know. Ben just looks like he's at the end of his rope.
Yeah, let's
he's
talk
too
about this for a
exhausted.
second.
I don't think he can handle it.
What
I
is
think Ben's
really
gonna
happening?
go home.
Let me ask this, because we have, by the way, shout out to everybody in the chat room. You guys were already firing away on the chat room like an hour and a half before we even went live. I love it. So I want to ask you guys, and you guys can feel free to tweet us or Snapchat us or whatever, but what in the world is up with Ben? He looked so much different. We all kept commenting on it, like bags under his eyes. His hair was different. His face was greasier. His body language. He was taking giant exhales, and then you noticed Ben doing this like double blink.
Yeah.
You Snapchatted it, didn't you?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Did you make it a GIF and put it on your Twitter?
No, because it's just your laugh in the background.
Oh, she really
did I ruin it for you?
But honestly, he did it every single hometown. He did this like double blink tell, right?
Yeah, every time a parent would ask him a question, he'd be like, "Oh, here we go."
Oh dear God, here we go.
Yeah.
again.
Do we have to do this?
Yes. So why have we not seen this? It was just hometowns.
I mean, how long is it? 6 weeks? 8 weeks? I mean, I think
They
he's just
should be at 8 weeks right now, yeah.
I think he has spent the last 8 weeks just...
He hit his limit.
He had no idea it was going to be this hard.
I feel like it could either be that he's really confused because he actually does care about a few of them. And he's like, crap, like, what am I going to do? I'm sitting here meeting and talking to these girls' parents, and, like, I have so many different emotions going on. Or he's like, shoot, I don't even want to be with any of these girls.
I mean, like, people in the chat will agree. Like, Melody said he looked lost the whole time.
He did. Mm-hmm. I feel like if I brought him home to meet my parents and he was that enthusiastic, I'd be like, what is the problem here?
He'd be pissed, right? He was never... Yeah, there was nothing behind his eyes even. I mean, he was so focused on blinking and tears.
He was at the verge of tears the whole time.
Well, and I think we've touched
and also
on some,
crying.
Yeah, we've touched on some things like he's tired, he's emotionally exhausted, I'm sure, and I think he also is at the space where I think Ben's a good guy, you know, and I think he feels uncomfortable going into these conversations with parents when he knows that he isn't there all the way, but he still has to have these conversations because he signed up to take this role as the Bachelor. And as a side effect, he does these kind of like political answers, and he's just kind of tiptoeing around so that he stays consistent with what he's saying. Because he did say that in one of his interviews. He was like, I haven't said anything that would make me into a liar, basically.
Yeah,
he's like playing chess matches with them the whole time. Like, we're going to have some, he said with JoJo's brothers, we're going to have some good conversations, some tough ones. I'm like, what are you saying? You're just basically saying I'm going to send her home at some point. I just can't say that now.
I think with each girl, he told everyone's parents that he was interested. Like, obviously you're interested, that's why they're here. So it was just kind of his, let's brush it under the carpet and let's have that.
Well, is he so tortured because he knows that he's in love with one of them?
2 of them, as we saw in the preview.
But maybe he just feels so bad about dragging 2 other people.
Yeah, I mean, you could be right, because here's the thing that we've always said about Ben, and you just touched on it, but he is such a good guy. I feel like he's been probably one of the more charismatic and well-spoken and articulate.
Charismatic, maybe not.
Well, okay, maybe charismatic in the sense of that he's, I guess I'm meaning that he's well-spoken. He's able to articulate his thoughts, and he speaks clearly and directly, and it's not the same sentence. It's not Chris Soules every week with the same 6 words.
Yeah.
Ben,
oh my God.
There's new language to describe what he's feeling. He can describe his emotions, and I appreciate that about him. So, to your point, I think maybe he does feel guilty, and he's trying not to give, unnecessary hope to some family that he knows he probably won't ever see again.
Is he Catholic?
I don't
He's
know.
definitely Christian.
Yeah.
He's talked about his faith.
He did. I did talk about his faith. Yeah, it's so interesting.
Most Catholics talk about the Catholic guilt a lot.
The Catholic guilt.
Mormon guilt.
I just don't understand
There's
why
Greek
this
guilt,
episode,
too.
everything about him
It's
changed to me. He looked different and spoke different. It was like half of Ben tonight. It was like when you got on the show at the beginning, at the top of the show, it was like half of Chelsea.
Okay, but I have a question. If he was that passionate, even about 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't I would feel like if someone's that passionate about me, regardless if he had to do something uncomfortable, that would still shine through.
Yeah.
And to me, in any those 4 hometowns,
you didn't see it shine
you were
through?
never like her.
Like, there it is.
There it is.
I actually felt like the one date that I saw it more than others, which really surprised me, was Kayla's date. I was like, ooh, they are building a house together.
See, but if I had to pick out of... Okay, let's just do this. Let's start with the first
You don't
date.
like it, but I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I totally
it, but I
agree with
agree.
you.
Okay,
I don't
we'll
like
get there.
it, but I agree.
As long as you agree.
Yeah.
Let's start in Laguna Beach. Let's start with Elsie and the Hills and their hometown with Amanda. By the way, when it started off, we all noticed it looked like the same beach he kicked Olivia off on. I think Brooks is like, is Olivia still standing over there? Did they leave her with the helicopter?
I wish we got to meet Olivia's family. Sorry to interrupt, but that would have been awesome.
I would love to. What do you think they would have been like?
Are they in Florida? Where were they?
I don't remember. Wasn't she like a reporter in St. Louis?
They're probably the nicest people.
They're probably the most normal.
Yeah, the most. They're like, she's
That's
the
so
crazy
funny.
one.
All right, so let's start at the top. Amanda in Laguna Beach. He gets to meet Kinsley and Charlie, the kids. Molly, did you feel like there was vibes there?
No, but I thought he was. I
No,
thought he was
absolutely
great
not.
with the kids.
Yeah,
So
he was.
sweet. I mean, he's so young anyway.
He took her
He's
advice
almost a child himself.
to chase them. Yeah, he is.
He is.
Yeah, he chased them around. I mean, did you guys think that was cute? Like, ladies, was that endearing to you?
I didn't think he was wonderful with the children, honestly. I mean, yeah, of course I think it's cute when there's a hot guy and you're on a beach and he's chasing around your two loved ones. Like, I think that's always going to be something attractive in that moment. But I didn't think that Ben was just insanely comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have children, but I know when I see him with my dog, I'm like, my heart melts every time.
Really?
And when
that's just a dog with
but
no
like he's like my
feelings.
child, you know what I mean? And he has feelings.
kidding.
But I felt like I feel like the intentions were there, but I just don't think it was genuine. I think he felt extremely uncomfortable. I think he realized right away that he's like, shoot, I'm not ready to be a dad. And I can't believe I have to go through the rest of this date.
I got a question. So, to Danny, I guess we would also ask this question.
Yes, Brooks.
But the question is, you know, Amanda, and this same kind of theme reoccurs every time a woman or a man wants to introduce their children to a significant other.
Yeah.
And I feel like Amanda gets put in this situation where her hand is played for her.
Like, she has to.
She's not really making that decision at this point. You know?
She has to. It's
she
assumed.
She made that decision the day she signed up.
Shoot.
What's
So
your
it's-
question?
So my question.
Oh no, I wasn't insulting the way you were asking.
No,
I just
no.
I'm confused.
No, I haven't asked it yet. So Amanda's gotten forced to play this card, right, where her children are going to be on this date with Ben.
Like, if she wants to advance the date, the next step is she's got to introduce her kids.
For sure.
Yeah. So for you guys, what is that? Is that a difficult thing if you had children to say, I'm going to introduce this as a significant other at this point of the show? Like, if you weren't really feeling it, would you just go, or would you keep going just because the show must go on?
Oh, that's hard.
Okay, so what?
I wouldn't go on. Well, I wouldn't marry someone if they've only met my children once. You know, or get engaged.
And then all of a
doesn't
sudden
make any
he's supposed
sense.
to be a dad to not one but two of your children, just
Right.
like that.
Like, you don't know how
Did you
he
chase seagulls on the beach?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think
I
so.
think I mean your children have to have one on dates with him.
Yeah.
And to what you were saying, I don't think that if I wasn't completely sure about him that I would introduce my kids to him.
Okay. The reason I asked is because Amanda said I couldn't take Ben home and tell him that I love him
Until he met my kids.
unless he met the kids and then met the parents. And in order for her to tell him that she loved him, she'd have to take him home, right? So he does, and then obviously at the end she goes home and she says, "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" But I'm like, I feel like there's some conflicting things going on. Does that make sense?
Oh, I
Yes.
see.
However, I think, and I could be wrong, I think Amanda's point was she was saying, why did I have to come back here? Like, I was at home with my kids, and you know how hard this has been for me to be away from them. So when I'm already home with them, why didn't you just tell me before, you got in the car? Like, why am I going to have to fly back here and then go through the embarrassment of not getting a rose when I was just at home with my girls?
I guess isn't the answer to
It's
that.
the
It's like
name of the
that's
game.
the name of the
Yeah.
game.
I mean,
But also,
Yeah.
she's only an hour away from LA.
Totally. It's like a 2-hour drive,
true.
if that. And
Okay, true.
I think
brought you here, Molly. I appreciate that about
I
it.
feel like
But it is like 4 days of waiting.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like that wasn't fair for her to say to him, because I do think he had to experience the other group dates to make that decision. But I don't think that Ben could have been an instant dad, and I don't think he should have ever gone home to meet Amanda's kids.
Yeah. So does any fault lie in her about for choosing to bring the kids? Or do you think she was forced to do that?
No.
I mean, I think it's still her call. She could have been like, I don't want to bring my kids yet.
I mean, I
think
guess
she wanted to
you're
test
probably right. She probably could have said that, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I think of who was it?
Have
Whose
we had
kids did
one?
Juan Pablo meet? He met someone's kids.
I feel like nothing with Juan Pablo counts.
Yeah, let's just not even go there.
Fair. That's awesome.
That's really
That's
good.
the quote of the night so far. That's fantastic. Somebody gift that and tweet it to us. Okay, so anything else with Lauren? One thing I did notice that was weird was I wrote this down. I don't know why, but the kiss after the night. That their kiss was weird.
Because there was
Amanda's?
no passion.
There was no passion.
No. Yeah, I mean Amanda's. Yeah. Not
yeah.
Wannabe. Amanda's.
There was
no
nothing.
passion.
Yeah, it was just kind of like a couple pecks.
I looked away and I missed it.
Yeah, you
I
said,
was
you
like,
said
did it
why
happen?
didn't they kiss?
Really?
And
Yeah.
I said, yeah, he goes, why did they
kiss?
I'm like, oh, they already did, and they're just gone.
It was
See
like
you later.
Charlene and Juan. Oh, it doesn't matter. Never mind.
Yeah.
The
Nothing
awkward
with
kisses
Juan Pablo
between
counts.
Juan Pablo and Charlene.
Oh.
Those are great. I love you, Charlene. If you're listening.
Okay,
I
so
love you, Charlotte.
So next, Lauren B's date, we go to Portland, Oregon. I did love the first thing to do, go to the Multnomah Whiskey Bar. And I think I tweeted something about this, but like taking him to get him whiskey before meeting her family.
Necessary.
Good move.
I mean, it was a cool date. I wanted to be on that date with
That
them.
whiskey
Like
bar's
food, whiskey.
amazing.
Yeah, Portland seemed super cute.
Why were they in
Super
Portland?
Cool. That's where she grew up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
and Fred Astaire was there, and they're like, maybe we'll become an episode of Portlandia. That would have been
I've
great.
never seen it.
I see where with
Yeah,
that. I feel like that was a
okay.
great opportunity for such an improv actor like yourself to
I
step
was-
right in
I was
and not put
busy
under the
doing
part.
something else in my brain.
What were you doing in your brain?
I was reading about what I wrote about Lauren.
What'd you write?
Fill us in.
Yeah, let's get in.
Dive
Ben-
in deep.
Ben cries while talking to sister.
Oh, okay, yeah, we did talk about this. I wrote this down. Sister goes, okay, so my sister is an eligible bachelor. She's smart, she's beautiful, she's pretty. So what? And she was trying to basically say, and she backed off a little bit, what makes you so special or worthy of my sister? And Ben pauses, does the double blink that we referenced earlier. It says, there's something about your sister that I just can't put into words. Looks away, starts crying, and she says, you just answered all my questions. What the heck is that? That's not anything. Nothing happened. Nothing transpired here.
But even before that,
Ben for doing that.
he also said, I don't know. I just feel really lucky.
Like, what? That's not an answer.
That's not an answer at all.
If you're, Molly, if you're the sister, are you like, no, dude, come on, use your words. You used them all season.
Yeah, use the words.
Use the words, buddy. Buddy.
You have words.
Buddy boy.
I just feel like tears work.
They worked, and going right back to what
Well,
Brooke
that
was
made me think
saying,
he felt
everything
something.
was political. I don't know, but then he like realized what he said. But I feel really lucky.
Like, where was his brain?
Oh, okay. And then he's like, I really messed this up. So let's pull some tears.
Let's pull some
I
tears
feel
out.
like this is how the
I-
conversation went. The producers were like, "We're gonna have a lot of hard questions today. We know how you're feeling. If at any time you can't answer it, just cry.
Cry.
So he went like this, and he was like looking at the producers and the camera, and he's like,
He's like, I got you.
"Thumbs up, guys! It worked."
Do you really think that those tears weren't real?
I think they were real.
I think they were real, probably because
He's so emotional.
so tired, and he's just like, boom.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were real because he felt that lucky.
Wait.
Right.
Real tears, yes. Directly associated, no.
Overwhelmed.
Yes.
Right.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'm getting called out in the chat room. Megs to you says it's just a woman's speech, Danny. And Nyla Kareem says that's everything. So wait, that's a woman thing?
What's
What?
a woman?
Okay,
Uh-oh,
I think
we got 3 women in the
okay.
studio.
So you can just read by the tears in his body language. You're like, oh, that's all I need to hear.
No, I think body language, yes, but if you're reading that body language, there was nothing like heartfelt about that. He didn't say anything.
I kind of understand what they were saying though, because although I do think his words said nothing, and when he said, I don't know, I feel really lucky, if I were sitting there with my sister and her fiance or her boyfriend, and he was trying to express to me how he felt about my sister, and he just started like tearing up, I'd be like, okay, like bring it in, like this is real. So I think
Right, but
maybe in
that's
that
not what-
moment,
I don't know.
I felt something when I was watching it too.
I think his tears were genuine, and I think there was something there. I don't know where he was like mentally, because I think he was kind of absent in this episode. But he
I
definitely
guess we'll find
cared.
out. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that was weird. Oh, what I did write this down. Did anybody else notice this? Lauren's dad. So he's talking to Lauren's dad, and his dad goes, so how many girls have you met during this? And he didn't even finish the freaking sentence, and Ben goes, 28. He's like, so how many girls have you dated? 28.
I know where you're going.
Like, what?
I got this.
Wait, yeah, go for it. Take it away, babe.
No, I meant like I was role playing with you.
Oh, no, I know.
I was Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I know what your next question is going to be, Dad. And yes,
So do you?
No.
You don't.
Yes.
Oh.
What are your
That's
intentions?
all
I needed to hear.
Great talk. I'll
You
look for
answered
your
all
vote
my
in November.
Yeah, it was just so. Ooh, people are turning on Ben now, saying Ben is full of poop.
You can turn on Ben, but you better not turn on me. You
You better not turn me on. Wait, what? Did I mess it up?
You better not get me turned.
What do you guys think
Thank you,
is...
Kristina,
What's
for
going on
saving
tonight?
us.
Yeah.
It's a little
I don't
Bachelor
know.
After Dark.
I
I
don't
don't know what's
know.
happening.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
So I continue. Okay, hold on, rewind, because I remember last week, I was in bed laying down thinking about The Bachelor after our show.
As we all do.
And I was trying to think about Lauren B and Ben's relationship. And I started to realize that I didn't realize how much Ben cared about Lauren B until all the other girls pointed out how much Ben cared about Lauren B.
Wait a second.
What?
Last night, you
No,
went
no,
to
last-
go to bed.
No, last Monday after our show.
After the show.
Yes, I swear this is true.
This is what you were thinking about before you went to bed. Like, just a quick recap of the recap.
Recap of the Bachelor recap. The
Yes.
minute after.
Eyes shut, and then you open
Okay.
them up in like suspense. Aha.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
Listen, it was my first week on the show, so I kept thinking about the show, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, does he really care that much about Lauren B? Or does Becca think he cares so much about Lauren B? Does JoJo think he cares so much about Lauren B? Because I feel like I never realized that connection. I just realized all the other girls saw it.
Well, maybe the show's editing it so that we don't see what the girls are seeing.
Molly again.
Or I was just,
With what?
I was gonna say then why would all of those girls think the same thing?
Well, I know, but I
Right?
didn't see it. I was just listening to whatever they said. But in this episode, I saw it. That's
Okay,
where
so
I
you
was.
saw
That's
it.
where I was running about. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I
well,
definitely see it on Lauren's end.
It's a good theory. It's one I never thought of.
So I want to know
emoji.
Thank you.
why all the girls are stopping themselves from telling him that they love him. Lauren said she's
Yeah, so
in
there's
love
a
with him.
second. Yeah, she's like, and she said, I want to tell him I love, but I just can't.
I just
I just can't. Finger, hand. I just can't. I did like the question though that her dad asked. He said, "You're talking to 3 other fathers out there. How are you coping with that?" And Ben goes right away, "Not well." I feel like that was a little insight into probably where his brain actually was. Is thinking through all that.
Okay, which is a weird thing too. Like, okay, the contestants that go on the show, we play into this like suspended disbelief of like what the show is. 28 girls dating one guy, right?
Yeah.
We're all like, yes, we're on board. But the parents get on board too. You know, like even the way that they ask the questions and, you know, that question, how are you coping? That's a question I will never get when dating somebody. I will never get from my like future father-in-law. So you're dating 3 girls. How are the conversations with their dad going? You know, it's just it's kind of a weird thing as well that the parents play into it, and that's what I kind of liked about skipping a little bit ahead about JoJo's brothers. They were like, show or not, this is what's going on. This is how we feel.
Yeah. Well, let's get to that. We got to get to Kayla first. So, any other thoughts on Lauren B before we talk about Kayla?
I think she should have said she loved him.
I think so too. I
agree.
agree with you.
One word all the girls did say tonight a lot, and
What?
in every season and every episode is genuine. Just non-stop
So
genuine.
genuine.
When it's an easy word to use, it means something, but I heard it at least 7 times tonight.
Wait, I far
Really?
like I said it 5 times.
Yeah,
So
probably.
far too. Oh,
Probably.
no.
No, it's okay.
We
I
should
just
have a
like
genuine counter from
it's.
now on.
we
What do you
should.
I
think?
think you should. I think I'm gonna do like a smash cut of those,
We
and
had a
also
Sean
Ben
Lowe
exhaling.
shirt off counter.
Yes.
We had a Juan Pablo shirt off counter. We had a Brooks Forrester
Cry
tear
session.
counter. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was right there with you.
Did you know
Crying on my
what Ben
couch.
also said is going into this, which surprised me. I don't know, but what do you guys
What?
think? He said it is the deepest relationship he
What?
has.
Yeah.
Right? at the
Yes.
beginning with Kayla.
With Kayla. Right off the top. Were you guys surprised by that, ladies?
Yeah.
Like, were you like,
I just
what
don't
the-
even
I
really want
mean-
to talk about her because I'm just really not
Interesting.
into that.
But Kristina, you said like that's where you saw the most chemistry.
Absolutely.
Prior to this, you saw the most?
Okay,
No,
I
tonight.
liked Kayla from the beginning. I thought she was really cute.
I had her in my top 6.
Then last week there was like that weird hug that I just can't stop replaying
So
in my
weird.
mind.
Yeah,
where I was
while
like,
you're
oh,
in
he's
bed.
not into this. But yeah, exactly. While I was lying in bed. But like right away today, I was like, wow, like when he said this is like my deepest feelings, I was totally taken aback. But then I
Yeah.
saw it in the date.
So interesting. I did think it was a little weird, and I tweeted this out too. Like the building a toy house, and she was like, "We could make out in the kitchen or on the front lawn, inside of a toy house or outside of a toy house, like
in a public place, in the bathroom." Like what?
She's just so in La La Land.
I will say this though: out of all the dates, I did think theirs was cool. We kind of started talking about
was
this.
cool.
Like building a house. Her dad owns a toy factory. It was actually kind of
pretty
clever,
cool.
ingenious. And I kind of love the symbolism. Like, okay, fine, Kayla. You win. That was really good.
Dating, just go like this. Sign me up.
Sign me up.
Okay, how many dates do you think she's brought there, though?
That's a great question.
But she lives in Boston.
Okay.
Well, didn't she?
Wow, I just really got on the Kayla defend wagon.
No, because we talked about this at the beginning of the season. I know you weren't here at the beginning of the season, but we talked about this because she took the flight to Boston and broke up with her boyfriend from Boston because she saw a guy on a plane.
Yeah.
And then now, to be on the show. She's living in fantasy land a little bit.
Do you guys think that I don't know if this was editing or not, but it was just funny because he was like, "It's my deepest relationship," but then I felt like she said "yeah" continuously as a response for like 5
Oh
different
yeah,
sentences.
awkward. Her awkward yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, the only way I can describe this is like, it's pins and needles. That's a direct quote, by the way. I wrote it down.
I love it.
But whatever, I liked
What
it.
does that mean?
I don't know.
All I can say is it's pins and
I
needles.
guess she just feels like,
No, it's the
tingly
little
inside.
pins and needles that go inside the little cars in the game.
No,
of life.
that's not what.
Because she's playing the fantasy game.
I don't think that's
So
it.
something I want to talk about is this conversation between Kayla and her dad, because this was very telling to me. So
yes.
While they're talking on the couch, the dad puts on this body language show of, honey, we've been down this road before. Please don't do this again. We've talked about this. I've seen this episode. In that, Kayla, you're falling for someone. It's way too fast. I don't want to have to say I told you so, but I care about you. And she keeps saying, Dad, this is it. I know this is it. I just know it. And he's looking at her the whole time, kind of like subconsciously shaking his head. Did you guys see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what you read too?
Yes.
No.
Christina,
I'm with you, Christina.
tell me that's not what you read.
I don't know. I just felt really good about this whole conversation.
Seriously?
Yeah,
I felt good about it,
with her mom and with her dad. I was like, wow, like they're all in love.
Did you not see your dad shake his head like, honey, and he like squeezes her hand as if like, stop saying what you're saying. Like,
I
I saw
didn't
that.
see
No, I
that.
saw that, but I felt like at the end he really took
Yeah.
it in what she said to him
He gave
because
up.
she did.
Yeah.
I don't think that
I think that was a defeat.
he caved in for his daughter.
I
see
think
that.
she said for the first time, "No, look, this is real. I'm not
I
in
just
La La
got
Land."
chills. That was weird.
On her end, I think it's real.
I think
But
so too.
I felt like she was also trying to convince him, like, Dad, I know what you're trying to say, and I
Yeah,
know I've done
I
this
heard that.
before, and I know I'm the daughter that's,
Well, then when we saw her with her mom was in fairy tale land too, I felt like.
Yeah.
Her mom was like, well, you didn't go for, like,
And then-
oh my God.
And then
Okay.
what did Kayla ask her mom?
Wait,
Do you think he loves me
He
too?
loves me.
And she's like, yeah, I think he does. I love how
What?
we're throwing pens. For those of you that are just listening, there's pens flying all
I've lost
over
it.
the studio.
Well, I was like, why does she have to ask her mom? Like, if she can't see that, then like.
Well, no, I get asking
I
your
think
mom.
I would want that validation
But
from
I
my
didn't
family.
See it. I didn't see it enough for her
have
mom.
you taken a boyfriend home and said, "Hey, Mom, I love this person. What do you think?"
Oh my gosh, Dana.
Not in
think-
those words, but kind of.
Yeah.
Wait,
Really?
Dana
Yeah.
B just wrote in the chat roll that Kelly Travis, remember Kelly Travis?
Yes.
Travesty? Just wrote, or she
Dog
tweeted
lover.
earlier that it sounds like she was asking to keep a puppy. Oh my
Well,
gosh,
because she
that could
kept
not be more
saying,
spot on.
Mommy, but mommy.
Yeah, I tweeted this. Anybody that's an adult and calls them mommy or
Why?
daddy.
She's like, but mommy, tell me that
Oh,
he
I
loves
do.
me.
I for sure call.
Mommy
pa-
and daddy.
Yeah,
That's
same.
so weird to me.
But when you,
Christina, you are going against everything
Hold on,
that
time out.
You
Christina,
guys, I don't know
hold
what
on,
to
I need to
say.
dive deeper into this. Christina, I get if you're like, hey mom, quick question. But if you're like, want your mom to bake you some cookies, I get being like, mommy, I really want some.
My dad, I spoke to my dad today, and as soon as I answered the phone, I'm like, hey, daddy.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's like a greeting.
yeah,
But in like a serious conversation, if you were gonna like sit down and be like, Dad, I will love this guy. Daddy, I'm thinking about marrying. Would you call him Daddy? Hold on. Here's the question. I want you to say this like you would say it to your dad. Dad, I'm in financial debt, and I need you to pay off $32,000. Say this to your dad.
Daddy, I'm in financial debt. and
Oh, you
said
went
daddy.
That's not a
She
great
said
example.
daddy.
That's my fault. I gave you a bad example. All right.
I don't think that's so weird because, and also like, I mean,
I
I'm
blew it.
27 years old, so I can't really say anything for myself. But she's like a child too.
I'm 37 and I say mommy and daddy.
Yeah, okay.
For sure.
Put Molly in the hot seat about this mommy
Put me
daddy
in there. I'm the baby of the family. I love my mommy and my daddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
You
off
can yell at me. It's okay.
I'm not gonna yell at you. I just feel like maybe I'm off that. There's something about it. It's like. Anyways, well.
I was gonna say I really like her dad.
And I liked her mom
At
too.
first, I was like, "Oh man, her dad is gonna be funny," but I feel like he seemed really smart, well spoken. Had some really good points. I really liked
they're
him.
very supportive.
Yeah,
We know that. I mean, they would be ecstatic if Ben got down on
Gotta
one
be
knee
with
for
a
her.
girl who's dropping off airplanes to go on TV shows. Fantasy.
Actually, wait, can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
I feel like if I were to marry into any one of these families, I'd want to marry into Kayla's family.
Really?
From what I saw tonight, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like her family, I don't know, I think they seem great.
Brooks, did you have a thought before we move on to JoJo?
No, I was just going to Kelly Travis'
Do you read
Twitter
some more?
to
Does she
read
have
some
any
of
other gold
his-
tonight?
I don't know. I'll keep
I feel like
keep going.
she's in the level of Michael Garofola in Princess Props, who, by the way, I'm still trying to get to call in sometimes. She's one of my favorite Twitter accounts. Chelsea's too.
Agreed.
Agreed. Okay, let's talk about, if you see a good one, stop me.
Okay.
From Kelly Travesty. All right, we're going to move on to JoJo's date because I feel like this was obviously the one they gave the most time to, the most pivotal, which either says that she's going to be the winner or she's going to be the next Bachelorette. For me, that's what I got from this, how much time they gave to it. Anybody else? Just
That
me?
she's going to be the winner or
I have
the next
no idea.
Bachelorette?
I definitely don't think she's going to be the winner. Maybe the next Bachelorette.
All right, well, so we'll get to predictions. We start off with the roses outside her door. It's from Chad. First of all, sorry, JoJo, but you're not a great actress. We knew that you had to redo the scenes where you're like, this is effed up, and rereading the note. I wish that we would have seen I want to see the raw footage of
The
her
actual
like
reactions.
actually reading it, because you know a producer put the roses there.
Who else thinks that JoJo could have pulled a Cher Horowitz and
Pull the what?
Cher Horowitz from Clueless
And that's why I said
and
she
sent
gave
the
them to
flowers to
herself.
herself?
Do you see Danny's
No
face and mine? We
way.
both.
No way.
That's what we were talking about. Because you guys have to. I mean, honestly, I don't think that she did. I think it was definitely a producer's pull. But if she did, it's almost as genius as Ben like pulling the tears. You know, like they brought them together. They had something to talk about. She gives an excuse, like, you know that I'm so into you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm very unhappy about it.
I don't think JoJo could ever
I'm
do
very
something like that.
unhappy about
Right.
it.
That's why I just said I don't think that she did. However.
I have thoughts about it.
Go, Mom. Go with those thoughts.
At first, when I saw her reading that note, I was like, "Oh fuck, this is such bullshit. There's no way she wouldn't recognize the guy's handwriting." And it was obviously a producer move, but I honestly, after seeing the whole thing, I think that when she was so upset and pissed off, I think it was real, and I think she was angry at the producers and yelling at them. She looked at somebody in the kitchen. She was like, I'm not gonna do this. Like, I mean, it was something like that. But I don't think that she was reenacting her anger over that.
Well, people
and
were
when she was
saying-
mad, I don't think she was mad at Chad. I think she was mad at the show for
You
manipulating
might be right.
her.
People are saying in the chat room that
Maybe.
they like found her ex's Instagram, and he Instagrammed a picture of her puppy a week ago, saying he was watching it. This is like in real time right now. So there's a lot of I'm actually kind of excited. Like once we get off the show, I'm gonna dive deep. Like check this out. I want to do my research. So we'll talk to you more about that guy that next
Okay.
week.
But you might run into spoilers if you do something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
If these were sent from Chad, I think that one thing that it kind of does show, at least in my opinion, is I don't think JoJo's completely over her last relationship.
I mean, she did call him quickly. However, she didn't hide that she called him.
Right. And she said she called him because she wanted Ben to know that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Ben said that he wished he would have been there so they could have called him together.
Like Ben's like a big bad tough guy all of a sudden, please.
Wish I would have been there. Ben called him.
Said stuff on the phone to him.
So what we really want to talk about is obviously at home with the family, the brothers, the mom, the dad, the whole thing. As awkward as it was, I do feel like they asked some of the best questions, and they brought up points and asked things that I feel like anybody, because when the one brother goes, JoJo, let me put this in perspective. You've been on 2 dates with the guy, 2 dates. And she interrupted him like, no, there's other dates. But he's like, but you've been on 2 dates.
2 dates.
And you're talking about marrying him. Like, Chelsea, what did you see in that?
That's what I was talking about at the beginning of the show. That was, I feel like, what a hometown should be in this sort of situation.
Real.
100% real. Those brothers like, let me break this down for you real quick. You want this guy to get on his knee, but you have been on 2 dates with him. And then it's almost, they pull that brainwashing card later. He's like, Ben, you brainwash these girls. Because here she is sitting there, and she feels like she is madly in love with him because she's had some side time on group dates. Mm-hmm. So, opinions aside, I think that home date was just
and also,
super raw.
People are saying this. I forgot that she said this, but thanks, Megs, to you. She said, JoJo said, he is not important in my life at this time. What does that mean?
Oh, about Chad?
Yeah.
About Chad.
But she said at this time.
I heard that.
And
she's
not just in my life, just at this time.
At this time. I think that might have been just poor wording.
Yeah.
Maybe just like all the emotions.
Yeah.
Somebody's also saying that he's a hairstylist in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Everybody in the chat room.
I love everyone that knows this. That is amazing.
Kelly Travis did say, I do get this. It's a debacle because breaking up with your hairstylist is hard to do.
It was actually really hard to do.
So everybody knows about this. So we're just late to the party. So as hard as it was, as awkward as it was, like, Kristina, do you feel like you got insight into JoJo's family, or maybe even more into JoJo?
First of all, JoJo's mom, amazing.
She's the MVP of the episode.
For sure.
I love
the
her.
spirit animal.
You know what? I feel like JoJo's brothers were really tough, but I think that Ben didn't give them good answers, and I feel
he did not.
I feel like it was really valid. Like, he pretty much, I don't know, I feel like he was saying, like, I'm not in love with her. Like, there's other women here who are more important. Like, that's what I got out of it.
Well, what didn't make sense is when he walked in the room with just the brothers, Ben goes, no, it's going to be hard, but I want to crack them. And then they ask the first question, and he says, I don't know.
Yeah.
He just looked just at a dead end. There was just nothing that he could do or say that was going to bring him back.
He literally said, I don't want to make any promises.
Well, and I also feel like this is to your point of the drama should be on the hometown dates with the family, because the families aren't necessarily signing up for that. And I've seen some things on Twitter like, oh, the family should embrace the show. Yeah. Screw that. They can do whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like, they're not the ones that are on the show. I get that there's like a conversation before they do go on, but if they want to have those questions and help bring some reality to the situation for their daughter or their son, perfect. Do it. Every time.
We only got a few minutes left, so let's move to the rose ceremony. Any other quick thoughts on that whole situation with JoJo's family?
Oh, my favorite line. When JoJo said to Mom, there's 3 other girls involved, and she went, oh.
My favorite part was when she drank out of the bottle. I know it's going around and around. If you
I love Mom so much.
She was great.
She was my MVP of the episode. Which, by the way, I know JoJo loosely, so she told me before the show, like, her mom doesn't really even drink. That's what I think is funny. That's how
drove her to drink.
Yeah,
she's that's why she was like, do I do that shit out of the bottle? I don't know how.
I don't know how.
So rose ceremony, we got Lauren, Kayla, and then down to JoJo and Amanda. There was that look before he announced the last rose. Oh my gosh! Reminiscent of JoJo's brother staring at Ben. There was a little bit of.
You guys felt that it was a stare down?
I don't think it was a stare down.
No, I think she was like.
I think it was like, oh my god, is it really us too?
Yeah.
Because if I had to guess, honestly, I thought Kayla was going home. Like before tonight.
Oh, before it started.
Tonight,
Yeah.
I would have thought the final would have been Lauren B.
Actually, no. I feel like Amanda was going
Amanda.
home. Like, he's not trying to be an instant
I
dad.
didn't feel it with Amanda.
I just want to give a shout out to JoJo's wardrobe because her closet just
boobs.
You get it, girl. Just boobs.
Yeah.
Just what?
Just boobs.
Just boobs. Every time I'm like, she wears
That's
shirts
all he was
that like.
talking about. But on a serious note, girl,
she's phenomenal.
you got a great wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
Life. Okay, so Amanda goes home. Amanda the kids. Do you think Amanda could be the next Bachelorette?
No.
No. She's not next Bachelorette material. They would not do a Bachelorette again with a kid or 2.
I hope the camera was super close on your face and you did that.
I'm just surprised that you would ask that. No.
Anybody else? Girls? You think?
No.
100%
So
no.
100%, not even a chance.
No chance.
I
What
think
if
there
Amanda
could
gets
be a
behind
chance.
I think there's a chance.
Really?
How about you?
I feel like
No
Amanda.
offense, Amanda. I just don't feel
Yeah, I think she's. This sounds weird, but I think because she's so sweet, and I feel like she takes this very seriously because she wants a wonderful, genuine man with her kids. I don't know if she would go on like on the flip side and do this again.
Plus, she doesn't want to have to age like Obama and Ben. Like, you're looking
Right.
good. You made it through.
I don't think that she has much personality.
Interesting.
Enough for a bachelorette.
Can't carry the show.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so next week we see him in Jamaica. My goodness, it's going to be interesting. We see Ben say, I love you to 2 girls. All 3 girls drop the... Well, 2 say, I'm in love with you. 1 says, I do love you. And that was JoJo. Do you see a difference in those girls?
Yes.
There's a difference in those?
I don't think JoJo's in love with him.
You don't think so?
No.
You think it's a product of the show?
Yes.
Ooh. Dropping bombs. Okay.
Did the other 2 say the
They say, I'm in love with you.
Oh, yeah, there's a
JoJo
big
says,
difference.
I
Yeah,
do
there's a
love you.
huge difference.
I can say love you to anyone.
Do you love me? Right now?
Love
right here?
you hard, yeah.
I love that you added hard to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Molly, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You're on 7 episodes deep on your own Bachelor series.
Yeah.
How many? Do you have a how many are you going? Do you know where you're going next? Can you give us any spoilers?
Well, tomorrow.
You have another episode dropping tomorrow.
I'm going to, yeah. I mean, to be honest, usually I say I went and found some deleted scenes, but I'm really usually up all night editing, and I've shot my hometown.
You have a hometown coming out?
I
Yeah.
wanted to be a brother.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Another pen. Just
I'm
that
gonna
would
be.
be so
I'm gonna
fun.
go home and edit the rest of it tonight, and it's
Hey.
so funny, and I want people to
Yes.
watch it. It's so great.
Can I at
Okay,
least be
wait.
there for the fantasy date?
I mean,
Hey,
you
if
can
we
be.
need some extras, can we be in an episode?
Yes, please.
I'm serious.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
Please.
Where can people watch your episodes?
On YouTube, you just look up Molly Hawkey, Hawkey.
And then you also do funny videos on Instagram.
Oh yeah, my Instagram is I love
You
it.
could have a jingle, by the way. Spell your name again.
Hawkey.
Hockey.
That's the way you spell hockey.
It's like you're like a lawyer.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
you for having
Can
me.
we
It was
give
so
you like
fun.
an idea? Can we all give you like one idea we'd like to see, like a hypothetical?
Can it not be Bachelor involved? Because it's almost over, and I don't want to do any
Okay,
more
so what's the next
Bachelors.
series then?
Give me an idea.
Well, that's what she said.
What else should we have her put herself into?
Or just.
I feel like Vanderpump Rules would be really good.
Oh my gosh.
I've never seen any other reality shows, guys.
Just keep going. Just keep going to like random
So much
bars in
Yeah.
LA and pretending like, oh, there was a reality show here once.
Yeah.
You know when they do Drunken History? I know I talked
Oh
about
no,
this.
Drunk History, yeah.
So Drunk History, when the person that's giving the history, that's just you every time.
Oh my gosh.
Never the actual person, is you every time. Guy's voice or females.
It's perfect. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on
Thank you,
AfterBuzz
guys.
TV.
So fun.
You're the best. And people can follow you on social media. It's Molly Hawkey.
Yeah, it's just my
everything.
name on everything.
Gosh, it makes it so easy.
MOLLY
You should take some lessons from
HAWKEY.
Molly
You should
Hawkey.
take her some lessons
Whoa,
to
everything
the
for
store.
mine is
the
the same.
lessons
Thank you
shop.
very much.
Except for Snapchat.
Which is?
Danny Hoyt 47.
Hey! I really love you. Brooks, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me at Brooks Forster. I can't even remember. Brooks Forster on Twitter. Doesn't
No,
matter.
it's like Brooks A. Forrester.
Brooks A. Forster
Get
on
up.
Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah. Get off.
Insta.
Get off.
Molly knows more about your social media than you
I
do.
just-
She met you an
tonight.
hour and a half ago. I love it. Christina.
Hey, you guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at Miss Zias.
Zias.
Yeah, MISSZIAS.
Chelsea Briche,
so
it was your first
fancy.
time on the panel.
It
How
was
do you feel?
great.
Okay, tell people where they can find you.
Okay, what? All my Instagram handles are the same at cbriche, CBRICHE.
And you guys can find me on everything at Danny Hoyt or on Snapchat at Danny Hoyt 47. Now here's what we're gonna do. We have 27 seconds. Tell me who your winner is, starting with Molly.
Molly Hawkey.
Prediction. No, you're winner of the show. Not,
Yeah.
not in your series.
Molly from The Bachelor. Oh, I also have a Facebook page, Molly from The Bachelor. Go, you.
I'm going to say that Lauren B wins and Kayla's going to be the next Bachelor.
Okay.
At
I say Lauren B wins in The Bachelorette, someone we don't know.
Me.
Becca.
Lauren wins JoJo Bachelorette.
I agree. Lauren B wins and JoJo's the next Bachelorette. And if that's the case, then I've already said I will go on the show. So it might happen. We'll catch you guys next week right here on AfterBuzz TV.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.